Today we are going to discuss what are the common lesions affecting the male breast. Usually, female breast is the concern because of many benign and malignant diseases which occurs in the female breast, and 95% of malignancies affect the female breast. Only 1 to 5% of malignancies affect the male breast also. So we should not be thinking that breast is only the domain of a female, and if a male comes to us with a similar complaint, we ignore it, or we do not try to look into the issue. What is the disease? How are we going to make a diagnosis, and how we are going to treat it? So usually the males, especially young males, they feel shy to report to the hospital with a breast lesion, and that is why they come very late, and they come to us only just to show, and then if you advise them any investigation also, they do not carry it out because they think that this disease is only for females and how a male is being affected. So today we have two examples of that very thing in our presence, and we would like to tell the resident doctors and the consultants that this is not a very uncommon disease. It is a very common disease in young males, especially in the first and second decade of life. But if these patients come at a later stage, that is fourth or fifth decade of life, then it is a sinister disease like carcinoma of the breast. So carcinoma of the male breast is more severe and more advanced compared to carcinoma of the female breast because there is no subcutaneous tissue and it directly involves the muscles and deeper tissues and also infiltrates the skin. So the same stage which is protected by the fatty tissue in the female, that barrier is not there, and that is why if the male comes at the age of 40 or 45 years of age with the breast lump, it should be taken very seriously, and we have to make all efforts to make prove or disprove the diagnosis. So today we are having two patients with us, and they are all young males. आपकी उम्र क्या है? 18 years. आपकी क्या है? 20. So they are basically teenagers, I would say, and this because the hormonal changes start at puberty. So around in females it is earlier, around 12 to 13 years. In males it's 14, 15 years. So that is the age. ये गांठ कब से आपको नजर आनी शुरू हुई है? 13-14 के 13 साल की उम्र से, और आपको तो यानी 18 साल की उम्र में, 17-18 साल. So you see that these two patients, one of them says 15 to 16 years and the other one says 18 to 19 years. So it is still in that age group where the hormonal changes start occurring in the body. So male hormones, what happens? There is a discrepancy between the male and the female hormones. In some patients, the female hormones dominate, and that gives rise to features of feminism. And gynecomastia or involvement of the enlargement of the breast is a response to the estrogen, higher level of estrogen more than the testosterone. So that disbalance is there at the time of puberty. In majority of the patients, testosterone is at a higher level, and that is why the system, the breast and other organs, they develop in a different way compared to a female. But in some patients, there is disbalance between the male and the female hormones, and if the female hormones dominate, then it can lead to physiological changes similar to that of females. So now, आपके जो दोनों एक साथ ही बड़े होने शुरू हो गए एक साथ. Now in this patient, as you can see, that he says that there is development of both the breasts simultaneously, and there is almost uniform enlargement of the breast, whereas आपका एक तरफ ज्यादा था एक तरफ कम था, या इस एक तरफ कभी हुआ ही नहीं कुछ, एक तरफ का नहीं हुआ. हाँ, तो ये धीरे धीरे बढ़ता जा रहा है।
हाँ, धीरे धीरे बढ़ता जा रहा है।
अच्छा, तो इसमें कोई दर्द वगैरह तो नहीं होता?
नहीं, नॉर्मली कोई दर्द नहीं है।
अच्छा,
दबाने से दर्द होता है।
दबाना से दर्द होता है। तो ये कितने महीने के अंदर इतना बड़ा हो गया आपका?
ये बढ़ता ही जा रहा है, ये पता
नहीं,
नहीं
कितने महीने से शुरू हुआ? आप 18 साल बता रहे हैं, तो 2 साल से चल रहा है या और कम पीरियड में बढ़ा है?
ये ऐसे चलता रहता है।
नहीं, मतलब अभी जब से आपको नोटिस किया है कि ये बढ़ रहा है, तो कितने साल हो गए उसको? कितने दिन हो गए अप्रोक्सीमेटली?
ये दिन का तो पता नहीं, मुझे तो अंदर 1.5-2 साल ही लग रहा है।
2 साल। सो और आपका कितने साल हो गए?
उसी टाइम से
15-16 साल से? 3 साल?
3 साल से रुका हुआ है, इसी
3 साल से एक ही जगह पे है?
हाँ,
So now there is difference in the two patients. In one patient, it is symmetrical enlargement of the breast, bilateral. Both breasts are increasing, and it is not rapid increase. And both the breasts are enlarging in a similar manner. So there is uniform hormonal change, and now he says that it is static for last 1 or 2 years. So it started about 5 years back, but for the last 2 years it is almost static. So that is because now the hormone balance is settled, it appears to be. If it is a gynecomastia, that we will make a diagnosis after history and examination. What I am trying to tell you, how it happens. So in a patient like this, when the size has been increasing gradually and it has come to a plateau, and then there is no further increase in this breast, that means the hormone levels have settled down and there is no likely further change, because once he crosses the age of 20 or 19, then probably that much hormone fluctuation does not take place. So that is about this patient. But in this patient there are two differences. One is that it is usually this is a unilateral lesion and it is still progressing. So we have to think whether it is related to the hormonal changes or it may be some local disease. So the diagnosis in the two will vary, because if both the breasts in this case were enlarged and they were enlarging simultaneously, that would show that there is a discrepancy of the hormones which is resulting in bilateral disease. Whereas unilateral disease usually indicates some other pathology. Not necessarily, it could be hormone also, but you have to evaluate this patient whether it is having something else. Because अगर आप ये सोच के चलें कि हार्मोनल डिफिशिएंसी है, तो आप you can just give some hormones and hopefully, but in this particular case, it is all the more necessary to make a correct diagnosis, because there can be some disease, benign disease, or later on it can be a malignant disease also. So for that we have to evaluate this patient differently. Now let us start with inspection. पहले तो हिस्ट्री में हमें पता चल गया कि at the age of 15 years, 13 years. So at the age of 13 years he was having normal, कोई ऐसी चेंज नहीं था, है ना? तो अब तुम्हारी उम्र इस वक्त कितनी है? 80. तो 5 साल पहले, है ना? 5 साल पहले तुम्हें कोई परेशानी नहीं थी, तो उसके बाद से तुम्हें लगा कि थोड़ा थोड़ा सूजन आ रही है ना? दोनों ब्रेस्ट
नेल सा लग रहा था,
क्या लग रहा था?
नेल सा
चुभ रहा था. तो ये there's a history के there is pricking sensation, है ना? और साइज 3 साल से बढ़ता रहा,
2-2.5 साल तक बढ़ता है, फिर 2.5 साल के बाद रुक गया.
2.5 साल के बाद रुक गया. तो अब कम हो रहा है या उतना ही है?
उतना ही लग रहा है.
उतना ही लग रहा है. तो बट apparently देखो कि it's not very significant on inspection, है ना? There is some elevation of the nipple areola complex and there is some fatty bulge on this side, other side also, but not very gross, है ना? You can say कि नॉर्मल से 1.5 सेंटीमीटर के करीब एलिवेशन है और साइज भी जो है ऑलमोस्ट बराबर ही है दोनों साइड में.
Earlier he was saying that there was only erection of the nipple.
हाँ, तो previously and on inspection you can say that he is a young male. वाइटल्स भी चेक करना होता है, उसके बाद फिर आपको लोकल एग्जामिनेशन ऑफ द ब्रेस्ट की बात करेंगे, तो उसमें इंस्पेक्शन, पैल्पेशन है ना, यही दो चीज करते हैं, परकशन की जरूरत नहीं होती, एस्कल्टेशन की जरूरत नहीं। तो इंस्पेक्शन में आप बताएंगे कि पहले तो जैसे कोई भी ब्रेस्ट एग्जामिन करते हैं तो आप कहेंगे कि both the nipple areola complex are in the same line and there is no apparent lump as such on inspection, and the size of the right breast appears to be a bit bigger than the left one, and there is some reddish hue around the nipple areola complex on the superior surface, and all the quadrants appear to be equally enlarged. On the left side, it is much less than the right side, but there is no reddish hue which is there on the right side, and there is no nipple discharge, and there is no red skin changes. The hair appears to be normal, and there is no apparent swelling in other part of the breast on left side or the right side. So that is about the inspection. Then coming to the palpation, we would say obviously you start with local temperature. So local temperature on both the breast is normal. Then you come for tenderness. Tenderness, you try to press here and see there is no wincing. So there is no tenderness also. So local temperature and tenderness not there. And now we want to see whether this swelling is which quadrant of the breast is involved. आराम से ऐसे रखो हाथ. So you stand on the right side like this, and you fix the head, and then you have a fan-shaped movement on all the sides of the breast to see for any lump. So there, when I am rotating my finger, there is no lump here, there is no lump there, there is no lump here, there is no lump here, there is no lump here, and there is no lump there. So all the four quadrants and the nipple areola complex have to be palpated with the flat of the hand. If you find any lump, then you palpate with the index finger and the thumb. So during my examination, we could not find any specific lump. So, but only there is some soft bulge, but there is no lump and soft bulge on this side, more on this side and slightly less on this side. So this is because of fatty tissue which is there deep to the nipple areola complex. But as of on examination, there is no lump palpable, no tenderness, and no mass effect. Then we like to see for fixity if tight करो. The pectoralis major has been made taut. पहले relax करो, ढीला छोड़. नहीं, हाथ वहीं रखो. There is free movement of the swelling, which is soft swelling. अब tight करो. Again, there is free movement of the swelling. That means that whatever the soft tissue is there, it is not fixed to the pectoralis major. And then you do the pinching test. You can lift the skin separately from the swelling. So, ये तो nipple areola complex है. So there is no fixity to the skin and no fixity to the pectoralis major. ठीक है? और this test has to be done on this side. Again, ऐसे करो, कमर ढीला करो कि ढीला. Again, it is freely mobile. अब tight करो. Again, it is freely mobile. And the pinching test is possible. So, and after this, you go to the axilla, bilateral axillary examination. So for that, you have to stand in front of the patient. So गर्दन ऊपर करो, हाथ ऊपर करो. ये हाथ मेरे हाथ है, ये मेरे हाथ पे रखो. आगे आगे आ जाओ. आगे. This is ऐसे ढीला छोड़ दो, बस आराम से रहो. So this is the anterior group. Then this is the medial group, and this is the apical group. They are not palpable. Similarly, on this side, this is the anterior group. आराम से रहो. ये pectoralis major के पीछे जो anterior axillary fold है, this is the place where we look for the anterior group. Then the chest wall is the medial group. एक single solitary lymph node है जो freely mobile है, और उसके बाद फिर आप see for the lateral group, ये at the head of the humerus, neck of humerus, sorry, there is no lymph node palpable. There is no lymph node palpable there. And then we stand at the back. बैठे हो, कमर पे हाथ रखो. Then these two hands will be in the posterior axillary fold. आराम से relax रहो. So here this is the posterior group, anterior to the posterior axillary fold, like this. दोनों साथ एक साथ करें. So on examination, तो अब सब हो गया. और then ढीला छोड़ो. Supraclavicular, गर्दन झुकाओ. This is the supraclavicular. Supraclavicular. So there are no lymph nodes palpable in the axilla except the medial group on the right side. So that is also not very significant. It's less than 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter lymph node subcentric कहलाते हैं. So they may be or may not be significant. So we would like to explore that. What is that lymph node by different investigations to find out. तो उसके बाद इसमें एग्जामिनेशन एक इम्पॉर्टेंट है, वो है genitalia. You have to see the testes, and you have to examine the liver. Why? Because the hormonals, all the hormones are metabolized in the liver. So if there is a liver disease, like chronic liver disease, there is likelihood of gynecomastia. Because the hormones are not metabolized because the liver chronic liver disease में आपने सुना होगा कि जिनको लिवर फेलियर होता है उसको gynecomastia हो सकता है. Similarly, अगर टेस्टिकुलर एब्सेंस है या मैल डेवलप्ड टेस्टिस है तो भी आपको वो हो सकता है कि हार्मोन टेस्टिकुलर हार्मोन्स में एस्ट्रोजन they are diminished, and hence the female hormones which are secreted from different types organs in the body, they may dominate. So that has to, the hormonal study has to be done to find out, and on examination you have to examine the hepatomegaly and also to see for the testicle. Now I'm just examining like this. Liver is not involved, and there is no ascites, and there is no pathology. Testis of course being examined separately. But what I'm trying to do during examination, कभी स्पेंड हो तुम्हारा काम हो गया. During examination, what are the things you have to examine? First, the breast, then axilla, then the supraclavicular lymph nodes, then the abdomen for liver enlargement or liver pathology, ascites, and then the testis and the liver. So this will give a complete examination, and this will highlight which pathology is there. Now coming to this, in the same patient, the other patient, the same examination has to be done. आराम से रहो. We are just going through the examination of the breast, and the same method is by the flat of this hand and all the 4 quadrants, upper outer, upper inner, lower outer, lower inner, the lower outer, and the nipple areola complex. I cannot feel any lump in this side. Now I go on the other side. Now we like to expect. Now this is the upper inner. This is the lower inner, lower outer, and upper outer. Now if you see that upper outer, of course no lump is felt, but there is a bulge. Now we like to feel for the nipple areola complex also. Again, the whole thing is bulging out. So, and it is again, after that you will, of course, the local temperature, tenderness you have already done like in the previous case. So now in this case, if you see closely, you can see there is some vascular markings. Not many. Then you have to compare it with this normal breast. You find that the nipple areola complex is widened on this side, you see, and then you have to see that the level of the nipple and level of the breast is different on the two sides. On the right side it is higher up, and left side is sagging downwards. So this is the line of the breast, and you can find that about 1/3 of the breast is below this line. So that is the breast line. Then nipple areola complex, again, this is at a higher level and this is at a lower level. So that indicates that this swelling is bulging and it is much bigger than the right side. There is no tenderness, there is no local temperature rise, and only soft tissue bulge is there. As on palpation, there is no hard swelling which could be called as a lump. So there is no specific lump, but it is the breast tissue which has become larger in size. So when breast tissue becomes larger in size, you have to again do the same test, find out whether the axilla is involved or not. Feel for the axilla. And one thing is very clear, that his hairs are normal, you see. So the male hormones are also okay. Now we are trying to find out if there is any lymph node which is there. Now we see the posterior lymph nodes, look. And then what is the consistency? Consistency is normal or soft, you can say, and here it is firm in consistency. And fixity to skin is not there. You see, the same on both sides. Also at the nipple area complex, it is not fixed. अब कमर पे हाथ रखिए, अभी टाइट नहीं करिएगा, इधर तो मूवमेंट है ही, इधर भी पूरा मूवमेंट है. अब टाइट कीजिए, दबाइए, हाँ हाँ, ये इसको दबाइए, हाँ जोर से, हाँ ठीक, आराम से रहिए ऊपर. Again, it is moving freely on tightening the pectoris plate. Totally. We also see the supraclavicular lymph nodes. They are not enlarged. ठीक है, आप कमीज पहनिए. Again, just you want to have the abdomen examination. Of course, there is no fullness, there is no ascites, and spleen is not enlarged. सांस लीजिए. There is no hepatomegaly. ठीक है, कमीज पहनिए. Now, in this patient also, we like to examine the testes. And if both the testes are normal in shape, normal in size, and there is no any change in the penis also. So external genitalia and the testes, both are important. Sometimes there is external genitalia are not well developed. That again shows a sign of hormone deficiency. So now these two patients are an example that the patient may present as bilateral disease or unilateral disease. Now, what is the cause of unilateral disease? So, unilateral disease again may be because of imbalance of the hormones, but at the same time, you have to think of some benign conditions like fibroadenoma of the breast or lipoma. Normally, we don't use the term lipoma of the breast, but there can be any of soft tissue disease, fibroma or fibro. Sometimes it can be benign or sometimes it can be malignant also. So first of all, we have to find out his hormonal status. Agar hormones are normal, then we have to find out whether as on the examination, on the examination it is revealed that only there is soft tissue enlargement. That is, skin is normal, pectoralis major fixed nahi hai, or soft tissue mass, that is the breast tissue. So there is enlargement of the breast tissue on the left side compared to the right side. So this can be a physiological phenomena or it can be a pathological. So to confirm our diagnosis, definitely in this particular case, after the hormone examination, if everything is normal, then we'd like to do a financial estimation. And if that does not confirm anything, maybe we resort to true fertility. Because that will definitely show us what is the type of cells, and if necessary, we also, of course, he is very young to have anything related to malignancy, but we cannot rule it out on just on the basis of history and examination. There are 3 steps of diagnosis of malignant cancer. Clinical assessment, radiological assessment, and pathological assessment. So right now we have done only the clinical assessment. Now he needs a radiological assessment, which will be ultrasonography, maybe if at all MRI, of course that is not needed, but ultrasound can be a very good source to know uniformity of the swelling or there are multiple lesions in the swelling, all that can be seen on ultrasound. And finally, FNAC. So FNAC will show fatty tissue, fibrofatty tissue, or any other disease state if it is there. So if there, now coming back to this patient, how do we manage the first one? Since he says that for last 2 years, the disease is static. So there is no need to go for any treatment. Just we'll examine his hormone levels, and if they are normal, we'll just explain to him, counseling, that this is not a disease, it is the hormonal disbalance which is settling down. And hence there is nothing to worry about. In about 6 months, 1 year time, everything will be in place. So for him there is no treatment, and no treatment is needed, and no surgery is indicated. The only thing is proper advice, proper counseling, and we can review after 6 months to see what is the current state of hormones after 6 months, and a size also. The only thing we can, for a checkup, we can have an ultrasound, which will measure the exact size of the breast and soft tissues. So that is only for follow-up. Treatment wise, no treatment, only counseling. This patient definitely, since the size is very big and it is unilateral disease, we definitely want to have first the diagnosis, which will be available by hormone study and by ultrasound, followed by FNAC, and whatever the outcome of that FNAC, we have to act accordingly. 99% is likely to be a benign disease, just like say fibroadenoma or something like that. So in that case, since he is a male and he has psychological and social issues with this, we will definitely like to go for surgery. But after that, probably we have to follow up the patient for any recurrence, and if there is a hormone imbalance, that is to be done. Thank you very much. समझ में आ गया?